beneath the sky where the stars spill silver, on an island cradled by the arms of the sea, a girl was born with the call of the waves, already humming in her chest like a secret drumbeat. Her people told stories in the sand, legends shaped by the tide's breath, where Maui stole the heart of Te Fiti, and shadows grew where light was stolen. The village said, "Stay within the reef. There is safety where the waters are calm, where the canoes rest like sleeping birds, and the ocean is only a horizon to look at, not to touch." But the ocean had other plans. It crept close to her toes as a child. It placed a gift in her hands before she even knew what destiny was. It called to her in the hush between waves, in the hiss of the tide curling back into itself, in the long pause before a storm. She grew, with the scent of salt forever in her lungs, with eyes always searching the line, where sky marries water, but duty weighed heavy like wet rope, to lead her people, to plant, to stay. Yet the island whispered warnings. The fish grew scarce. The coconuts turned black inside. The wind carried the scent of something fading. Even the drums at the village square seemed to beat with worry instead of joy. Her grandmother, a woman with eyes like moonlight on dark water, told her the truth. "We were voyagers once." She showed her the cavern, where ancient canoes slept under centuries of dust, and the drums still remembered the rhythm of the sea. There the air was thick with the breath of ancestors, the scent of wood and salt locked in their sails. So Moana set her hands to the oar of fate, through storms that clawed at the sky, through nights where the stars burned like fireflies. In the great black throat of the ocean, she sought Maui, demigod of wind and sea, shifter of shape, trickster of tales. Maui with his hook and his pride, and a heart wrapped in bravado, to hide the cracks inside. Together, reluctantly, they danced with danger. Kakamora pirates in coconut armor, a realm of monsters ruled by the golden, greedy gleam of Tamatoa. Yet every wave was a test, every horizon a question. Who am I? The chief who stays? The gull who sails? Or something more? When at last the shadow of Te Fiti with Macron rose before her, a mountain of molten fury, the path forward was fire and fear. Maui's hook was broken. Her courage was split like driftwood. But the ocean does not give up on the ones it chooses. Moana remembered the songs of her ancestors in the wind, the pulse of the tide in her blood, and she stared straight into the flame. Through the smoke, through the roar, she saw the truth. Te Fiti with Macron was not a monster to defeat, but Te Fiti herself. With her heart stolen away, she walked across molten earth, calm as the tide returning to shore, and placed the heart back where it had always belonged. The island bloomed green again. The curse dissolved into air. The wind shifted, warmer, lighter, carrying the laughter of waves against sand. And Moana became what she had always been, a wayfinder, with her people behind her, canoes slicing through turquoise water, sails swelling with the breath of their ancestors. She sang to the horizon, a promise in her voice. "I am Moana of Motunui. I will carry the stories. I will follow the stars. And I will always know the way." And somewhere far out on the endless blue, the ocean answered her, not with words, but with the quiet, eternal heartbeat of the sea. In a world without humans, the streets still hum with stories. From the smallest shrew in a tailored suit to the tallest giraffe sipping coffee through a sky-high straw, everyone has their place, or so it seems. This is Zootopia, a city built in layers, where icebergs drift in Tundratown, rainforests steam with morning dew, and desert sands blaze under neon nights, where trains slide like silver snakes between climates, and billboards beam promises in a dozen languages. A city where predators and prey walk side by side, shaking hands or paws, and telling each other, "Here you can be anything." But before the skyline, before the dream, there was a rabbit, born in the carrot fields of Bunnyburrow, with more brothers and sisters than clouds in the sky. Her name was Judy Hopps, and her heart was bigger than her ears. She didn't just want to farm carrots. She wanted to wear the badge, to stand in the line of duty, to keep the peace in a world that didn't believe a bunny could be a cop. Through grit, sweat, and a few bumps on the head, she made it to the Zootopia Police Department, only to find herself parking cars, while bigger paws got the bigger cases. Her dreams felt like skyscrapers, still there but impossibly far above her. Then came the missing mammals, predators gone without a trace, and in the middle of it all a fox. Not the dangerous kind she'd been warned about, but the clever, sly, hustling kind. Nick Wilde, a predator with a smile sharp enough to cut glass, and a story that made her rethink everything she thought she knew. Together they chased clues, through the howls of the Rainforest District, through the icy halls of Tundratown, through the hidden dens where secrets curl like smoke. They slipped past alley shadows, dodged claws in tight corners, and bargained for truths with those who never give them freely. They faced danger from claws and corruption, from friends who doubted them, and enemies who underestimated them. The trail led deeper, to a truth buried beneath peace and order, and the fine print of fear. Someone was turning predators wild, and the city was starting to break. Neighbors eyed neighbors. Predators were caged in suspicion, and prey whispered in corners. You could feel the tension in the air, like static before a lightning strike. Judy saw the dream of Zootopia cracking, like ice under too much weight. She made mistakes. She lost Nick's trust. She almost lost herself. But the thing about dreams is they're worth fighting for twice as hard when they're slipping away, with courage stitched together from apology and hope. Judy and Nick uncovered the truth. Not biology but lies had driven the fear. Not instincts but ambition had turned the city against itself. When the last piece fell into place, justice was served, and Zootopia could breathe again. Judy Hopps, the bunny they said could never be a real cop, earned her badge not because she was fearless, but because she faced her fears. And Nick Wilde, the fox they thought would never play by the rules, joined the force, proving there's more than one way to protect a city. Now the streets hum again, with shrews and rhinos, sheep and tigers, predators and prey, walking side by side. Because Zootopia isn't perfect, it's alive. And as long as there are dreamers with open eyes, it will keep moving forward. And somewhere in the middle of morning traffic, a rabbit and a fox share a smirk in a patrol car, the city reflected in their windshield, ready for the next case.